Welcome back. Kevin Sidebottom here, speaker, author, and trainer. And I go around and I teach sales organizations and leadership teams how to build trust and influence with their customers and their teams to drive higher revenues and better profits. Today, let's talk about budgeting. And for you people that are about to get married, this is going to be a great video for you. So, what goes into planning a budget for a wedding? Whether you're using paper or Excel, doesn't matter. But we need to understand what our end game is. We need to put a dollar value to it. Say, hey, this is how much money we want to go and spend on our wedding. Far too many people go and spend tens of thousands of dollars for one day, and you have all these people there for a grand celebration, but they're not with you for the rest of your life. Some are, but most aren't. But we want to make sure that we have whatever that's going to look like for dollar value set up in our minds, and then we're going to budget for that. Okay? Just like a monthly budget, a zero-based budget, we need to make sure every dollar has a name. So we're going to create all the different categories. So we have venue, we have catering, we have the dress, we have the groom stuff, we have gifts for the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. We have all of these things that we have to line item out. And we're going to put that number down there next to them. But first we need to line item all the aspects that go into it. Now there's tons of videos on all you can expect from budgeting, what you need to have for your wedding, the different table settings, all that other stuff. Call around, get some ideas too of how much it's going to cost you. But the best way to actually hit your goal, start with the end in mind. It's kind of like going through those maze puzzles that we used to do as kids. You have to start and you have all these little areas that can get you stuck. If you started at the finish and worked your way backwards, you saw how much easier it was to see the path. Just like that, we need to actually go and figure out what our end game is and then line item everything. And we will be successful when we do so. Okay? So figure out how much you want to spend on a dress, what your budget is, how much we need for everything. We need to make sure that we're line iteming everything and then putting those dollar values to it, and we'll be successful. And yes, you might have to up your budget a little bit, but if you can stay within that budget, you're going to be successful. Now, here's what happened when my wife and I got married. I said, here's the budget we can spend on the wedding. I got my suit. She got her dresses. I think she actually got 2 dresses now that I think about it. And I said, here's our budget for the venue. Go figure out where you want to get married and go score the deal. I actually said, here, take it, go for it. I'm going to give you the power to figure this out. What happened was she knew her dollar value up front when she went in to talk to the people. And when they said, well, it's this much money for this day and this much money for this day, we found out Saturday is the most expensive time. Well, we were doing it late in the summer, and we did it on a Sunday, which worked out great because typically you don't have that many weddings on Sundays. Everybody picks Saturdays for whatever reason. We actually went in there, got everything figured out, and she negotiated the price lower than what we budgeted for. And she was able to get extra stuff thrown in as well. That's right. She was pretty sharp when she went and did this. I mean, I got to give her all the credit. She figured everything out. And the only request I had was when we did the brunch for everybody to sit down, because we did it earlier in the day, that we have bacon. That was my only request. And she made sure we had it. And we had a DJ there. She planned it all well. And we were successful. So if you're going to do your budget, you got to have that end in mind and start figuring out. And here's the deal. Go ask people who are in the wedding area and ask them for information. How much does it cost? Interview them. Ask them if there's any wiggle room. What if you use cash? And if you have a budget and you're using cash, you can negotiate even more. Yeah, that's right. You get more bang for your buck for your wedding by using cash and having a budget and knowing where the out of bounds is. So if you have to expend a little bit more, now you can come back and have a discussion, which when you have a discussion actually brings more communication. Your communication goes up when you do a budget. So if you're doing your wedding planning, figure that out. Now, you got to figure out your honeymoon too, where you want to go. Maybe you want to delay it a little bit, save up a little bit more money, and go have a nicer honeymoon / vacation. It's up to you what you want to do, but you got to line item everything out. And I suggest doing it on paper. You can do it on Excel if you want, because Excel's pretty easy to do the auto calculating and everything. But make sure you have your budget set up where it's zero-based, so every dollar has a name. And if you have money left over, well, now you get to move the money over to some other things. Maybe your dress can be a little bit nicer. Maybe you want to give some other giveaways. Whatever it is, you'll be able to do this. And when you have your roadmap and your goal, you'll be successful. So enjoy your wedding. All right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd be glad to help you. If you like this video and it was helpful, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody. That's why I do these videos. We'll see you next time.